Chyna, thank you very much for joining us here at OnTop.
Thank you for having me.
So I was made aware of you. I was thinking about this the other day, probably about a year ago.
Okay.
You popped up in my feed.
Right. Yeah.
So I started following you. And from memory, I remember like, I think that you like. Do you remember like you go into like America quite a lot?
Yes.
Like, do you go to America quite a lot?
I've been going to America much more regularly recently.
Okay.
Last couple of years, I'd say.
Yeah. How comes? Why are you always between the UK and America?
Because I do R&B music, but I'm overall just a musician anyway. But I think in the UK, for me, I felt like when we released Us, which was our first single in 2000, and when was it? 18.
So that was your first single?
That was my first debut single coming back as a solo artist, yeah.
Okay.
You know, from the stats and stuff, we'd got a lot of love in the States. So that's why we said, okay, cool, let's go, States and kind of feel it out a little bit. Okay. And we got love out there as well. So it just kind of gravitated for me. And that's where the house of R&B is really in America. So I thought, why not?
So when you said your first single coming back as a solo artist, that means you went away as part of a group.
I used to be a North Star.
Oh,
Lisa Mafia, that whole So Solid type of vibe. Back in I was the singer from there. So, and that was about 10 years ago. So over 10 years actually. So, I kind of, did stuff with the boys, stepped out, kind of had my son, songwrited, did all that type of stuff and behind the scenes. Yeah. And came back years later and came back with Us, which was again our first debut single from the EP. So the obvious question.
Okay, so how was life as part of the group? How was life as part of North Star?
Well, we were young. Obviously, I grew up with the boys, so because I'm from Tottenham originally, so we all kind of grew up from that. Yeah. And I grew up with the boys and stuff, so it was kind of easy to do stuff with them because I knew them already. Yeah. But I was kind of already doing my stuff. I did stuff with DJ Dodge, shout out Manny Norte as well. It's my guy, and stuff. So that was kind of. Before I did stuff with the boys and then I went with them, but it was cool. It was like just being at school really because we were all kind of kids growing up. So. Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened? How did the group disband? Like, was there anything that happened where was it just one person just dropped off and then it didn't work the same or?
Do you know what? I was actually the first to leave the boys really, but it wasn't really. It was we left in love. Do you know what I mean? I think kind of outgrew and kind of wanted to do different things. Yeah. And that's basically what it is, you know what I mean? But I've still got love for all of them. Yeah. We just kind of Spray does his thing, C was doing his, and everybody just kind of out,
How long ago was that now then?
Oh my God.
That was a while back.
It was a while back. I was like, we did On a Rise and that might have been 2000, oh God, I don't even know. Why do I want to say 2004, 2005? So it was a while back.
Okay.
It's a while back.
So between then and now, there's been a large gap. Have you been doing anything in particular? Like musically, should I say?
Yeah, musically I songwrite, I sing. Of course, I'm a mummy first, so I'm full-time mum. So, kind of balancing everything in between. But really, songwriting is my passion and music, so that's what it is. Yeah. We finished off the EP, which we did. The last video I just came out from LA. Okay. So we shot Thank God We Made It, the video out there. Shout out Mark Torres who did the videography for that and the directing for that. Big him up. So that's the EP. We did 5 tracks of the EP. We've released some visuals of that. Then the EP will be dropped. Okay. And stuff. So there's lots happening.
So the EP is complete?
The EP is complete.
Okay. Mixed and mastered, all that good stuff?
All of that's good stuff.
So just sitting there waiting?
It's just sitting there waiting.
Okay.
But there's a lot more to do with it. But you'll be seeing everything, just bit by bit.
Cool. So let's jump back a little bit because we had the little gap. When I say the little gap, a big little gap.
Big little gap.
And then you decided. So in that time, you've been writing for other people.
Yeah, I write myself, and obviously just write little bits for other people as well.
And you decided, you know what? I'm bored of just writing stuff. I want to get back in the studio. I want to sing. I want to perform. I want to do all that stuff. Why and when?
Why? Because it was God, really. I think I got this love affair for music for so many years. I stepped in, I stepped out, I stepped in, I stepped out. And I think for me, because I songwrite and obviously I sing as well, I wasn't too sure which one I wanted to kind of do at that point. Sure. And it was almost like, you know, kind of had a conversation with the Father and said, what do you want me to do? Because you've given me a gift. So at the end of the day, I need to use it as it will, as you will. So that's basically what it was. So I kind of got back into the music industry because I feel like music is a big message, and I feel like, you know, we're responsible as artists to, you know, provide the right messages. And I wouldn't say in the current music, you got so much different genres, you got so much different, you know, things that go on with it. And I think for me, I've got a lane which I believe I can fill, and that's basically why I'm here.
So you've been involved in music prior to, let's say, the internet takeover, and you're involved now. What are the major differences you notice as an artist who's been involved in both times, or both periods of music?
I think now music ain't really got much rules. Like back in the day, from like when I started out till now, do you know what I'm saying? I think it was much more kind of stricter in a sense of like what you could do, what you couldn't do. You couldn't even really have a group back in the day so much. They might want one or two. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like you can do as you like. You can do what you want in music now. You know, even if you wanted to say 4 lines throughout the whole song, that can bust. You know what I'm trying to say to you? It's a little bit different now. So I feel like, you know, I think it's much more, it's expanded more. So I think it's got more space for different artists to come through.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying I think what I'm enjoying the most is staying in my lane. I think for me, you know, kind of just being me as an artist, you know what I'm saying to you, not feeling like I have to dilute my, you know, my stuff or have to kind of change me as an artist to fit in. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm enjoying the most, of just being myself.
That's something you could have done back then.
No, I think that's the reason why I stepped out, because I have to be me. Do you know what I mean? That's my whole thing. And again, of even being an independent artist, it was important for me to do that in some senses so that we can have more, you know, kind of like control over creating and doing what we want as well. So,
Also, you're now a solo artist rather than being in a group.
Yes.
What are the major differences? Do you prefer it? Do you feel freer? Or do you rather, because obviously there's pros and cons. Like I imagine, not having been an artist myself, you can rely on other people to fill certain gaps if you're a part of a group, whereas
you're on your own. Like
you're vulnerable. It's just you. Yeah. You make a mistake, it's just you.
Well, that's the thing. It is, but then at the same time, I'm only as strong as my team. So I've got a great team behind me. I think for me, it's good the fact that I can create and just kind of not be bogged down by anyone else's kind of vibe. I can just do me. But at the same time, I love collaborating. I love still kind of do my stuff with other artists. It's just that now I'm able to just do me. People know me as Chyna now, not just that girl from North Star or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Now it's time for me to introduce who I is. You know.
In it, talk about
you
it.
Heard?
Okay, so we started off the interview by playing your track, Colder.
Yeah.
Now, I know that this track means a lot to you.
Yes.
Talk to me about this track. Why does it mean so much? What is it about? What inspired it?
Okay, so Colder, for me, what inspired me for Colder was life, really. Because what I talk about on it, I'm talking about, the youths, kind of not respecting the elders. We're talking about, just the injustice just in the world as it is and stuff. I think if you, like, the video in itself has a lot of real life visuals in it. And that book, for the video in itself has got a lot of stuff that helped me as well. Because in the actual video, you'll see that I'm reading a book. And this book is called The Way Home or Face the Fire. And if anybody wants, who's ever a truth seeker out here, like myself, because I truly am, I always, believe in just kind of always finding your soul. And how you do that is obviously knowing who you are, where you come from, and finding a peace. So with this book was put in the video because it kind of, I want people to kind of see what helped me to kind of find my peace and serenity as well. Because Colder is basically based on, just the different affairs that go on in the life in the world. We're all affected by it as well. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's from the killing, the stabbings, whether it's from chemtrails in the sky, whether it's from, the injustice in the world. We don't need to really go too deep into it, but we're all affected. So I wanted to find that little part where it's like, okay, so this is what's going on in the world, but then you know what? I come back to the book, which is what shows me serenity, prayers, peace, and all that stuff. And Colder is just one of those, kind of sentimental videos and songs for me that kind of I wanted to share to the world, really.
What's the name of the book again?
The book is called The Way Home or Face the Fire, written by Jah. And it is definitely a book.
Written by Jar.
That's it, yes, Jar.
What,
Publishing. Jar, honey. I mean, once you
Jar
read the
himself.
book, you know, I would encourage anybody and everybody to read that book. Once you read that book, trust me, it's like, you know, for me, it helped me a lot to understand life and to understand who I am and why I'm here and what the purpose of life is. Hence why I put that book in the video for the world to see.
So you're not going to go any further because this is the question that the world wants to know and you seem to have the answer. What is the purpose of life?
The purpose of life is, I think, well, it's God's will, really. That's what I think. I feel like...
That's very vague.
Well, I think the purpose of life is basically wherever you know, we're all created for something. And I think finally, for us, we have to kind of know who we are. In order for us to know who we are, we have to know that it was created by something. You know what I'm saying to you? I mean, I'm not religious, but I'm faithful. A lot of people would know that. Even you've been following me on my Insta, so you see sometimes my posts, I'd speak about certain things. And I think the purpose of life is knowing who you are. In order for you to know that, you have to love yourself. In order for you to love yourself, you have to know who you were created by. And also from there, you know, everything else will come anyway, because it's an intuitional thing. Okay. You know?
So, how were we created? Was it the Big Bang?
No.
Or was no?
No, I don't think so. No. Everybody the Big Bang. Like, what is the Big Bang? Like, what is it?
So how were we created?
How were we created?
Yeah.
I think Most High created us. I think we was created
how?
by...
Where was he? Where was he sitting? Where was his desk? What was going on?
I think he's infinite. He's everywhere. He is he's everywhere.
How is he everywhere if nowhere exists?
Nowhere exists.
Before he created somewhere, it was nowhere.
Right.
So where is he?
Well, he is who he is. It is what it is. So for me, he's everywhere. I personally feel he's in us.
It made no sense.
It didn't it?
It is what it is.
It is what, no, because you said you said he made. What did you say? He made nothing out of.
Before there was something, there was nothing. But he created the something.
Yeah, that's right.
Where was he?
Where was he?
If there was nothing.
Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? Well, he's everywhere and everything.
Well, where is everywhere? There's nothing. There's nowhere.
But why would there be nowhere?
Because he created somewhere.
Right, exactly. So from when he created, that's what was created. So for me, as I said, you know, he said, let there be light, let there be darkness, let there be this, let there be that. Word is life. So for me, as I said, like, he created the world and we were created by him. So that's basically how I, you know, like to just know and think for myself.
Chyna Soulstar, everyone. I don't know.
I wasn't even ready for that one yet. I was like, nowhere, everywhere, what?
I don't know. That's the $100 million
that's another subject.
It really is. So
yeah.
So you read the book. So who introduced you to that book?
Actually, funny enough, my manager.
Oh yeah.
Ty, but it's funny because I actually came across the book before.
Okay.
We had a conversation, innit, Ty? So everything is divine. I think everything is divine order. Like, nothing happens for no reason, and I don't think there's any such thing as coincidence. So, you know, I think, you know, when I kind of came across the book, I kind of knew about the book. Then I spoke to Ty about it, and then he so happened to have the book and know the book. And when I read the book, I was like, wow, it's answered every question that I had from a kid. Like, that's the thing. It's like everything, like, because I feel like we're all frustrated because we all want truth. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like for me, it's not until actually I did, you know, come across The Way Home or Face the Fire that really did, you know, kind of answer every question that I had. You know what I'm saying? Every frustration, everything that the question mark that I had in my head as a child to an adult, it really did. So thank you, Jar, for that. And again, like I like to say, it's like, for me, I can't even explain how brilliant the book is until you actually read it yourself. But like I said, if you want to know about truth and you want to be set by the truth and you want to actually know the purpose of why we're here, The Way Home or Face the Fire by Jar.
What an advert. Are you on commission?
Huh?
Are you on commission?
Oh, no, I'm an ambassador. No, I wasn't on commission, no.
Commission for the book. No. Okay, so you spoke about, when we were talking about the track Colder, you spoke about like children and the youth being as it is and not really having much respect for elders and all the rest of it. What was Chyna Soulstar like as a child?
Do you know what? I was a bit of a naughty girl back in the day as a kid.
I can actually believe that.
Really? Oh my God. Yeah, I was a little bit. I think for me, because I grew up with a brother, I was very tomboy as a child.
Right.
You know, I went to a school which didn't have the best reputation, but it served its purpose for me. A lot of fights, a lot of things used to happen. You know, as growing up as a teenager, but I was growing up in a good family home. So for me, I always had morals and always had principles. But just like every other teenager, you go through adolescence, you go through things. I used to be a bit of a fighter, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But
fighting boys or fighting girls?
Both.
Wow. Can I tell you? Growing up, I used to love a girl fight.
Did you?
Girl fights, but I always missed them because as soon as it started, I was on the floor rolling in tears. By the time I got up, the fight was done. I used to love a girl fight.
No, I don't really like girl fights. I think they fight like cats.
That's so funny because the hairs.
Yeah, I wasn't really a girl fighter.
No, yeah?
No.
You're jabbing and hooking.
Absolutely,
Bobbing
yeah.
and weaving.
Yeah.
Talking of which, the big fight's tonight.
I know, yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Who's your money on?
I'm rooting for Anthony Joshua.
Who's going to win, though?
Well, I'm rooting for him, so I would like to hope that he will win.
Are you a boxing fan?
I love boxing, but actually physically, for me, I don't like, gym doesn't really work for me. I actually like to box more.
Exactly the same as me.
Yeah.
I can't do gym, but I'll go boxing.
Me too. Yeah. The boxing works for me. The gym, I get bored of the gym.
So still a bit of a fighter then?
I am, definitely.
Okay, right, we'll watch out for you then.
I'm fighting for the music in love now, honey.
Jeez,
so that's
them ones, bars. So talk to me more about this EP as well. So how many tracks on the EP? Did you say
5 tracks on the EP.
Okay, cool.
It's 5 tracks on the EP. It's just a little kind of, warm up, kind of teaser just to introduce myself and stuff. It's 5 tracks that's on the EP. And yeah, you'll be hearing it very soon. But through the 5 tracks, there's 4 visuals off of the EP.
4 visuals. Are you going to release these visuals before you drop the EP?
Well, I've done 3 of them already. So we did Us is on the EP.
Yep.
We did the visuals for that. You can check that out on YouTube as well. Also, Colder on the EP. We did the visuals for that. You can check that out on YouTube as well. And also Save It, featuring Dirty Diana as well. Big her up as well. NYC, Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's, that's also another visuals that's on the EP.
Okay. And so the 4th one, will it drop before the EP or?
Yes, it will be dropping before the EP, and that's called Thank God We Made It.
Okay, so when's that going to be dropping?
Which one? The visuals?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we freshly just done it, so we've got to go through the edits and all that type of stuff. So hopefully within the next few weeks, maybe a month or 2.
We got an idea of when that's coming out?
Well, we're looking to do that probably just about March, before March time. So that's something I'm excited about.
And are we having a party?
Honey, we about to do a little bit EP party for y'all, so y'all can come down and listen and hear a few stuff. But we'll definitely be keeping you posted, especially you as well.
Obviously.
Make sure you get your tan. Make sure you get your tan there, you know what I mean?
I thought you said make sure you get your tan out.
Get your tan.
Am I that pale?
No, I am actually at the moment.
When's the last time you went to America?
I came back from LA not even a week yet, is it? It's not been a week. I just got back.
Was it warm out there?
LA's it was like our spring.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, it was our spring, so it was okay. I had little, sunbursts, raises come here and there, but.
Cool. What were you out there on business or just?
Yeah, business. I was out there handling my BI. Yeah.
And you said you've got a child. Respond to the one.
I have one young king named Iman. Hi, Iman. Yeah, he is 9 now, and that's what I said because when I had my son, I kind of stepped out for a bit, but I did say once he gets to a certain age, I'm coming back, and that's basically why I'm here.
Okay. And 9's still quite a young age for you to dedicate your time to
I
music.
know.
It can be quite time consuming.
Very.
So how are you juggling the two?
Boy, we're just juggling it between prayers and getting up and grafting.
Is that when manager comes in? Manager, we need a babysitter.
No, do you know what? My mum I've got a really good support network, and me and Iman's dad are best of mates, and we co-parent brilliant. So I've got a good support system.
Brilliant. Okay. What is he like when he hears like mummy's music?
He loves it. Iman is a bit of a performing arts character. Yeah, he loves to dance, rap, act, everything. He's me. He's a mini me when it comes to his whole character.
Good to hear.
But he loves to hear my stuff. He's always putting me on YouTube.
And if we want to see Chyna Soulstar, or the name furthermore, Chyna Soulstar, explain the name to me.
Okay, so Chyna, actually, I never named myself that, actually. All my names came from a young age, but it all related to something to do with Chinese. So my uncle used to call me Charlene Temple. Then it was, all these different ones. So when I started dancing, bigging up my girl Bits and also Pebbles, who actually gave me that name, them two. Chyna just came. They just started calling me Chyna from dancing, as street dancing. And then, because I came from North Star as well, I was Chyna already, then I said, okay, Soulstar, because, you know, soul and then star and then off the back of... So, yeah, so it kind of...
Makes sense.
Makes a little bit sense. You're reading me.
Got it. Makes sense. Got it. And if we want to catch you performing live, is there anything you're doing between now and end of the year before the drop of the EP?
Yeah, we've got a couple of bits of the show on the 30th. It's in, God, I can't remember the actual... It's in Brixton Academy, yeah. Okay. And that's the 30th coming up this December. And there's a couple other little bits, but I'll be posting on my socials, so I'll keep you guys posted on that.
And your social media, all that good stuff, where can we find you?
You can find me on Chyna Soulstar in IG, Chyna Soulstar Twitter, Chyna Soulstar Facebook, and Chyna Soulstar YouTube. Also Jar Songs as well. You can find me on that Jar Songs YouTube page. And yeah, I think that's all of my socials there.
Perfect. Listen, Chyna Soulstar, great to finally meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me here on OnTop.
Thank you.